Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I am here at Rennsport Reunion 7, and what better place to be than right over my left shoulder is the mighty corkscrew. But you know what? Of course it's about the cars on track, but it's also about the cars in all the different car corrals here. And this one right here, what is this? This is the all-new 2024 Porsche 911 ST. But before we get into this maximize performance Porsche, let's talk about what's going on here. We all know not too long ago we were at Thermal Club in California and we drove the GT3 RS. Never seen before, intense aerodynamics, more downforce than any other street production 911 has ever had. Well, guess what? Porsche likes to follow up and cover many different bases when it comes to the mighty 911. It's been so many years since the 1960s, this iconic car. You could be on another planet and blindfolded and know when you're looking through a telescope that you're seeing a 911. That's how good of an evolution rather than a revolution this car has been. Now, going back to the 992 GT3 RS, some people don't maybe want all that aero. Maybe they don't need all that aero. Well, what they decided to do is make a follow-up to that mighty 911R and take the aero off of the GT3 RS and make it a special vehicle. Now, what's interesting is they're gonna make a very limited amount of these. You're looking at 1,963. Why is that? Think about it, 1963 is the official birth date of the mighty 911. But what I wanna find out is, if you're looking for a Porsche, you want something special, they've brought a lot of special models recently to market. Is the 911 ST the one to go with? Let's go ahead, let's dive in and find out. Right off the bat, the styling. You're gonna see that 992 familiar shape, and you might say, well, Joe, this sort of looks like a GT3 Touring. I'm gonna show you some of the big differences. So at the front of the business, you see that different aero that you find on the GT3, and it's definitely on the GT3 ST. Love the way you have that wire mesh finish. Of course, all of the aero is functional. And what they did is by taking certain things away, this car is actually lighter than the GT3 RS. One of the things that they took away is the rear wheel steering. So you actually get a different driving experience with this 911 ST than you do with the GT3 RS. Now, as we come across the front, this color, Bahama Gold, that Bahama Gold yellow, love. This is the first time it's being seen in public here in the States. Love the way the color fits the body style. Of course, you rise up, you're gonna have that full carbon fiber front hood area with the iconic Porsche badge. And then when it comes to aero, here's where you're gonna see some of the changes. So as we come around the bend, what are we working with when we work with this 911 ST? Of course, you're gonna get that staggered wheel setup. So you have your 20-inch wheels up front. I love the metallic silver with that Bahama Yellow color. We got the optional carbon ceramic brakes. ST, street and track, nicely done on that center locking lug nut, and of course, the 6-piston Brembo calipers. Now remember, just like other GT3s, you do have the new double wishbone suspension. And what's fascinating with this car is, remember, you're gonna have a lot more carbon fiber bits to cut weight, even a thinner windshield. But as we kind of come down the side, I wanna have Lori swing around and show that aerodynamic efficiency that has been brought from the GT3 RS on this 911 ST, and this is, like I said, that functional aero. Now, one of the things that's kind of cool about the ST, besides it having the thinner windshield, is that you'll notice, like the GT3 RS, you have a totally different door. So if you look at a 911 GT3 Touring, you would notice that you don't have an extended out traditional door handle, you have the ones that pop out. The reason why is because this is actually a carbon fiber door, just like on the GT3 RS. Love the Porsche script down the side. That is such a classic look on this vehicle. And then of course, the way the side sill extends out gives you that aerodynamic efficiency. Now you're still gonna get the goodies underneath the vehicle, like you find on the GT3 RS, but of course, one of those things that's not here, and it's okay, is that larger wing with the drag reduction system. Now, I don't know if Lori could show you on the interior, but we're gonna show you once we open up the door that this only comes in a manual transmission, 6-speed manual, no PDK, because the GT3 RS only comes in a 7-speed PDK. This is only a slick shifting 6-speed manual. Love the way you have the bright aluminum trim around the window openings, another classic Porsche look. We have the removed rear seats. This being a European model, you'll notice through the back glass, which is thinner, remember for weight savings, is all the bracing. Love the way they do the badge. Look at that, 60 years, 911 from 63 to 23. And then of course we have the 911 ST badge, active aero. Now instead of us having that bigger wing, what you get is that Gurney Flap. And remember, the reason why they call it a Gurney Flap is going back to 1967, Dan Gurney, remember, won the 24 Hours Le Mans with a different manufacturer. He was the one that actually came up with the whole idea of spraying champagne when you won a race. He also was an engineer and was able to figure out that if you add this little extra, sometimes it's called a wicker bill or a Gurney Flap, that actually gives you more downforce without creating a lot of extra drag. And then of course, as we drop down, you'll notice we have the aero underneath the vehicle. You're gonna have that, like you find on other GT3s, that nice slash cut aluminum finish on the tips. And remember, the bottom line when it comes to this is that this does not have rear wheel steer. Now, if you're wondering about what kind of engine does it have, of course it has that 4-liter, flat 6, naturally aspirated engine, red lines at 9,000 RPM. You're looking at well over 500 horsepower. And if you know how to do the twinkle toe dance with the 6-speed manual, 0 to 60 in about 3.1 seconds and a top speed of over 190 miles an hour. But why don't we go ahead? We got the keys. Let's take a look inside this ST. All right, guys, we are inside this 2024 Porsche 911 ST. Remember, this is the GT3 RS without the big massive wing and some of the other aero bits. Last time they did anything like this was the 911R, and that was the 991.2 chassis. This is the 992 chassis, which is the latest chassis, and this is all new. Now, if you're wondering, well, Joe, what about price? What do we got going on here? MSRP starting is right around $293,000. The car weighs 3,100 pounds. That means it's 83 pounds lighter than a GT3 RS. But let's see what you get on the insides. To the door panels. I love all the leather. When you go ST, you're getting the fine leather touches, that contrast stitching, and you get the cloth tab door pull. It's all about saving weight. More of that great stitching. Look at the way they did the diagonal stitching in the leather. Carbon fiber for your door handle pull. Of course, we have to have the Nordschleife Twinkie cargo holder there, and you have a separate one in that door pocket. So you could hold up to a baker's dozen worth of Twinkies. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, the carbon fiber trim, the 911 ST badge, numbered and everything. You are still gonna get your 11-inch infotainment system. We can't show it because we're stuck at the corkscrew here at Laguna Seca, but you do have that awesome sport chrono clock up top with the green lettering. Working your way down, axle lift, you got the PASM shock absorber system, your AC vents, but this is where the magic happens. This is that slick shifting 6-speed manual transmission, probably the best manual transmission ever created on any car. More stitching, just like on the door panels, the 911 ST badge, looking good. Carbon fiber, we got the Porsche crest with the stitching. You open this up, look at what we got. We got the special card, which means we get to take this home, and you have enough room in here, I would say, for 4 packs of Porsche 911 trading cards. Here at Rennsport, they have special trading cards. You have to try to collect all 48. You could put a couple packs in there, and you got USB-Cs. Behind me is this beautiful carbon fiber roll bar in here, really stiffens up the chassis. This is not available in the United States. You have to buy it separately and have your dealer or Porsche shop install it after the purchase. In Europe, this is how it comes. And then, of course, these carbon fiber bucket seats, Porsche crest, you could see the carbon fiber. Love the way they did this nice grippy pattern rather than leather, the nice high bolstering. But I tell you what, sitting in here is one of those things. Love the bolstering. It's all manual adjustment, just one electric adjustment. That's to raise the height. Everything else is manual, and you can't adjust the back. Cannot. These seats were actually first seen in the Porsche 918 Spider back in around 2014. And remember, the 911R, they haven't made that since 2016, and those are going for almost $500,000. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind this leather style steering wheel in this 911 ST. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. We want to thank Henry and the rest of the crew giving us access to this 911 ST. Love the carbon fiber sill plate with the 911 ST badge. And then a pedal box right out of a Porsche race car. Nice large dev pedal. We got the clutch, the brake, and the throttle. The best part is you could do your heel-toe downshifting all day long if you know how to do the dance, or you could have it do the automatic rev match downshifting for you. But sitting here, I feel like a snug race car bug wrapped up in a race car rug. That's how good it is. Leather wrapped on the steering wheel. Love the way they hollow out the spokes. Very simplistic. And then you have that great tack there. Look at that, redline 9,000 RPM. Now I know you want to go for a ride in this. I want to go for a ride in it too. We will be doing that, but we need to wrap it up from Ren Sport Reunion 7, so let's get to it. All right, guys, this is one of the many reasons why people flock to the Ren Sport Reunion every 5 years, is because this is not just about a car. This is more than just a manufacturer. This is part of a culture and an overall sensation about how a vehicle makes you feel and how it makes you feel when you're looking at it, because this 911 ST definitely checks off so many boxes. But I definitely want to thank Henry and the rest of the team for allowing us access to this 2024 911 ST. Let me know down in the comment section how you feel about this vehicle and if you think it's the one that you want to get, the ultimate of Porsches, new modern Porsches that you want to park in your garage. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. Of course, we can't do this without Lori Raiti working that camera like a champ and sweating out here in the California sun. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.